The price of Bitcoin has once again broken up above $40,000. At this time of recording, it hit about $40,600 now, kind of consolidating in the $40,300 zone. Altcoins across the board in response for the most part are down. Ethereum is down in large part as well due to the high gas fees that we've been seeing back below $1,700 right now. We'll take a look at the reasons as to why this price action is developing as it is. We'll also zoom out and take a look at the broader macro perspective, which as ever is extremely positive today. Guys, if you like this kind of content, Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency, be sure to like and subscribe to Altcoin Buzz. Happy Saturday, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. We saw some exceptional price action from Ethereum, and it did touch the $1,750 mark. Don't worry, it is on its way to $2,000 in the next little stretch here. I have no doubt about that, 2K and beyond for sure. But what we're seeing now as the price goes up is sky-high network fees, unfortunately. Here on Cointelegraph.com, it's not just the Ether price itself setting records this week. Users are having to pay more than ever to send transactions, and some exchanges can't cope. So the largest altcoin, Ether, built on its recent all-time highs on the 5th of February yesterday to climb ever closer to $2,000. And don't worry, we will get there. However, data from Cointelegraph Markets and TradingView showed a fresh breakout occurring for ETH USD. That happened Friday morning. At the time, ETH was trading at about $1,750, which marks about 6.5% daily gains, 22% gains on the week. There's a lot of exuberance, a lot of euphoria surrounding Ethereum right now, largely fueled by these upcoming GME Group futures for Ether. That's coming up on the 8th of February. And I've been asking you guys, I've been asking other people, friends, colleagues, what they think about that, because of course, the Bitcoin futures back in 2017 arguably were a contributing factor that tanked the Bitcoin market. But a lot of people are saying, well, yeah, that's a fair point, but it's different this time around. There's less FOMO. There's more institutionally driven interest. We're sort of further, as far as the early stages of where we are right now in the cycle, and not only the bull market, but the altcoin market. Ethereum has a lot more room to grow. So nothing is certain, but I think I've been convinced. I remain now cautiously optimistic about these upcoming Ether futures. Again, that's happening soon in a couple of days on the 8th of February. Unfortunately, these high fees are really stealing some of the spotlight here. As Cointelegraph reported, gas fees on the Ethereum network became so high this week that some exchanges were forced to actually halt Ethereum or ETH withdrawals altogether. Quote, "This is a legit crisis. Gonna have to stock up on popcorn to see how Ethereum digs its way out of this," Blockstream developer Grubels commented. And according to data from YCharts, the average ETH fee was $23.27 on the 4th of February, the latest date for which statistics were available. So it's not a perfect picture. There certainly are logistically some improvements that need to be made here, but enthusiasm cannot be curbed here. It's impossible. Record $6.5 billion futures open interest signals traders are bullish on Ethereum. The open interest on Ethereum futures hit a record $6.5 billion as ETH rallied to that $1,750 mark and traders increased their leverage. Moving on to some altcoin news here, we're discussing Elrond, EGLD with Benjamin Minsu here. EGLD integrates with Chain Guardians to boost exposure and engage new demographics via gamified NFT non-fungible tokens, DeFi, decentralized finance opportunities. Hashtag hypergrowth100, day 32. You can read more about that here on Elrond.com. Bridging the gap between what I've been saying now for the longest time is the number one most important space right now in blockchain, DeFi, decentralized finance, and that second most important space, sector, whatever you want to call it, in blockchain, NFTs, non-fungible tokens. So Elrond, NFT DeFi opportunities via Chain Guardians gamifications. Recent retail investment events. We're talking here, of course, about Wall Street Bets and GameStop and Reddit. And hedge funds, Melvin Capital, have shown us that even those sitting on the sidelines could be engaged with a compelling story. DeFi products' appeal is in no small measure attributable to the casual fun associations with food, or desserts. This goes to show the individual potential of compelling stories or relatable symbols. When stories and symbols are combined, they each amplify each other's potential to reach out to an even broader audience and further engage new capital. This is why we're excited to announce our collaboration with Chain Guardians, which is an NFT-based meta-gaming platform. Quote, platforms such as Chain Guardians are able to educate through entertainment, which is perhaps the most powerful way for onboarding new demographics and capital into the new global financial system. That's courtesy of Benjamin Minsu, Elrond's CEO. Avalanche here in the news on Twitter. High-frequency algorithmic trading is coming to Avalanche via Pangolin. Velox Global will initially focus on completing the integration of its trading bots and will continue to build additional DeFi tools for the Avalanche ecosystem. You can read about that on medium.com. Velox brings decentralized high-frequency trading to Avalanche. And again, they're initially going to launch their algorithmic trading bot on Pangolin with more planned DeFi solutions to come. We have updates with our friends over at VIDT Datalink, at VIDT_Datalink on Twitter. VIDT Roadmap. Behold, in no particular order, the 9 most important VIDT Datalink projects for 2021. The roadmap is a live document that will be expanded throughout the year. And here is that document on VIDTDatalink.medium.com. You can refer to this in the description below. We'll link to it. But again, in no particular order, here are those 9 important goals or ambitions that are laid out in this roadmap here. Number 1, Procentec Gear Up. Number 2, UN, LTO Network, VIDT Datalink, and Afghan Land Registration Project. Number 3, Trusted Web with WordProof. Number 4, Argos Myceny File Authentication Manager. At number 5, NFT Stock Certificates and Luxury Goods. At number 6, we have Naverick. At number 7, IBM and Factory Lab Sensor Scale Up. At number 8, we have VIDT Staking. And finally, rounding out the list here, Dutch Marketing Campaign. VIDT has won the Dutch Blockchain Award, which has given them new possibilities to rapidly expand the network. And they say they're developing a local marketing campaign to scale up within our favorite niche, which happens to be certificates. Keep referring back to this document, guys, because as per VIDT Datalink, it is a live document and will be updated accordingly over the course of 2021. Yesterday, we took a look at the approval process that First Blockchain Bank and Trust was going through with the OCC. We also have this news. Don't forget, I talked about the fact that many companies, like dozens, if not more companies, will be going through the same regulatory process with the OCC. They're going to be looking for bank charters because cryptocurrency exchanges and services are becoming banks, and banks are becoming cryptocurrency exchanges and services. The trend is very clear. The world is moving toward cryptocurrency and decentralization. And here we have an update to yesterday's piece. Protego Trust Bank gets conditional approval for OCC charter. So Protego Trust Bank is the first financial institution that handles trading, lending, issuance, and custody of digital assets to receive approval from the federal regulator, from the OCC. And here specifically, Protego Trust Bank will be a vertically integrated and fully regulated bank that's built on blockchain and provides 4 primary types of services: custody of digital and other assets, a trading platform for clients of the bank, the capability for clients of the bank to borrow and lend to and from each other, and issuance of new digital assets. You guys can read more about that on coindesk.com. This, again, represents the conditional, for the time being, approval from the U.S. banking regulator, the OCC. It also follows Anchorage's approval last month, which we also talked about. So Protego officially becomes the second crypto firm to win bank charter from the OCC. Expect to hear more and more and more such institutions follow a similar path. Also here on coindesk.com, Arcane Crypto lists on NASDAQ first north after reserve takeover. So the Norway-based investment company is now known as Arcane Crypto AB and trades as Arcane. That's ARCANE. So this is a Norwegian-based company. Again, they're called Arcane Crypto AB. And if you haven't heard of NASDAQ's first north, That is a market out of Sweden. So for any Scandinavian members of the Altcoin Buzz army, this isn't exactly making major headlines where I am in North America. But if you're from Norway, if you're from Sweden, if you're from that corner of Europe, let us know about this, whether or not this is a big deal and whether or not it's getting publicity a little bit more locally. Quote, "This listing marks a new chapter for Arcane crypto on our journey towards a future where traditional and digital finance have merged into one." I like that vision. That's a quote courtesy of Torbjorn Bull Jensen, the CEO of Arcane Crypto. It is a big deal, as Eric Wall points out here. Might have been the first time I put on pants before 8 a.m. this morning since the pandemic started, but felt like it was time. This morning we rang the NASDAQ bell on First North GM at a $200 million valuation. So kudos to Arcane Crypto. All right, let's get silly. Mike Novogratz here. I got a Link Marine haircut and I dare Tyler to get one, referring to Tyler Winklevoss. I think that's a good look, but I don't know. That's not quite fair. Mike Novogratz doesn't have, let's be honest, the most hair to begin with. I'm not seeing a big difference here in his look personally. Tyler Winklevoss here with a very non-committal response. I'm not quite sure he's taking up this particular challenge, but he did have this to say. Bitcoin has broken 39K and now 40K. People are starting to realize that centralized finance sucks. And by the way, and as you can see here, Bitcoin is once again trending on Twitter. So many people wrote it off. So many people felt that, well, I guess it retraced 10 or 11 or 12K or whatever, and therefore it's dead. Those people that listen to the mainstream media, those people that haven't been through previous experiences, that didn't know any better, were fooled. And for the most part, a lot of the laymen out there, a lot of the casual followers of Bitcoin are probably now surprised to hear that, no, just like that. And as expected, it's back up above 40K. And it'll be back up above 41K and 42K and 45K. And it'll hit 50K very soon. So expect to see more and more of Bitcoin trending in that trending section of Twitter. It's not going away anytime soon. Of course, more and more people are going to awaken to it as these new all-time highs continue in perpetuity to be reached. Brief update here from Michael Saylor. We at MicroStrategy have decided to join COPA, C-O-P-A, at opencrypto.org. If you've not heard about it, COPA stands for an open financial system that was formed to remove barriers that stifle innovation. So they're hosting the Bitcoin white paper and stand with our members and the crypto community to address this issue. Here's our letter in response to last week's cease and desists. So COPA is a good ally for MicroStrategy. You can read about that letter here if you're interested. We'll link in the description below. And Michael Saylor also commenting on Bitcoin. 24 hours, 360 degrees, 100%. 21 million hashtag Bitcoin. And Dan Held with a pretty interesting observation here. Bitcoin is more about physics than code. And the reason for that is because it concerns itself with, yes, not only code, but economics and money, computer science, politics and law, trading and investing, digital and physical security, game theory, of course, and open source software. And as such, Bitcoin, of course, and probably, pretty predictably, is emerging as a powerful force for human rights across the world, writes Alex Gladstein. In this new video, for Reason, I explain how. And I've commented, at least if you read kind of between the lines, you guys know my opinions about things. A little bit of a contrarian / libertarian mindset for the most part. Not totally libertarian, but that's a big part of me. And I see Bitcoin as, the solution to everything that we're seeing right now. All of the oppression that we face. And I'm not saying that we're, an oppressed society right now. Things are good for the most part, but there is a lot of corruption. There are a lot of problems, a lot of crony capitalism, a lot of issues in the world, a lot of emerging authoritarianism, in my opinion. Tech tyranny, censorship, that kind of thing. To me, Bitcoin is the solution to all of this. Bitcoin is very much a freedom-oriented solution to many of the problems that we face here as we continue along this path in our technological adolescence as a society. So that's just my take, but you can check out this video again here, made for Reason, as to why Bitcoin is emerging as a powerful force for human rights across the world. All right, that is it for today, everybody. Hey, do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels. Keep checking back into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell to receive notifications if you enjoyed today's video. Best of luck if you choose to invest. Members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, do be following us as well. Check into our Telegram Trade Signals group. It is never financial advice, but you can join a very informed discussion there as far as project updates, as far as specifics when it comes to certain projects. So some are highlighted here. Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, for example. You can see for yourself what the chart analysts have to say, what their predictions are, what the community is saying. Again, it's never financial advice, but it's a proper informed discussion. So check that out. I always pin it to the top of the comments section below. But best of luck, guys. If you do choose to invest on this Saturday, have a great weekend. Stay safe. And as always, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.